not gonna believe it.
What?
I got another one.
Seriously? Another podcast?
Yep. And this one looks like they think they're hot shit.
Have they all?
Pretty much.
What sets this guy apart?
Oh no. Are any of them any different these days?
Well, there's one other listen.
Are you serious? You're gonna listen to this guy?
Why not? We listen to the others, don't we?
If so, oh well. Who's hoping it's a good one at least?
Cheer up. Could be worse. It could be woke.
Lord help me.
Warning. You are about to start the Spirit and Flame podcast. Some of what you are about to hear may be offensive to some audiences. Entertainment is the name of the game and nothing is meant to be taken seriously. This show is meant for adults only. You've been warned. Now, without further ado, your fiery host for this show, the one and only Red.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in to the Spirit and Flame podcast. This is the third episode, and really it's more of a continuation of the last episode, but the last one took a little bit longer than I expected, so I had to split it up into two parts. And the first part was surprisingly entertaining for me. I don't know about anyone watching. I think I made a lot of camera mistakes. I think the camera is not exactly great. I don't know if I've improved that. So we'll find that out. And otherwise, besides the production though, I really enjoyed it. My first Magic the Gathering is kind of unboxing and booster pack opening. It felt pretty fun. Each pack had quite a lot of variety in it, and I didn't really find too many duplicates so far. Here, knocking on wood here, because I think so far the set's been great. It's March of the Machine, which we'll see once we get into this. And, I mean, I was very confused. I didn't really understand what I'm looking at. I still don't fully. I need to brush up on Magic. It's been possibly over a decade or two since I last played, so I'm a little rusty. That being said, though, the quality of the cards was really something. I'm not lying when I say that I was impressed by them, because, to be honest, I wasn't really sure. I was not sure what to expect with the quality of the cards, and I don't know enough about Magic to know if this is standard, what I've seen so far, if this particular set is like this, and not all sets are like this. There were a couple of cards that I haven't been super thrilled with. Just from a personal opinion, I don't know why, but I don't like the double-sided cards that much. Although some of the art looks really cool on one or even sometimes both of the sides. It's just something about that format, the two sides. It's a bit weird. Now, if I read more up on it and I figure out how it works in gameplay, and maybe if I just hear some champions for that format come out and sort of cheerlead for it, maybe I'll understand where they're coming from. But right now, I don't really like those cards that much. The art cards are actually surprisingly enjoyable. I'm impressed by how much I'm enjoying them, and I'm also aware that they're pretty smart in that they release. I'm sure they do this with a lot of the cards, but with the art cards, it looks like on the back they're numbered out of 81. And considering you only get one art card per pack, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna get all unique art packs, although so far it's been generally unique. That goes to say you're going to be buying, I'm assuming, 2, maybe 3 boxes minimum. Well, no, you're going to need 3 boxes minimum. Probably 4 boxes, I'm assuming, if you're not fully lucky, to get all the art cards when you think about it. Considering you only get 1 per pack, that's a lot of investment in March of the Machine just to get the art. So I have to say there's a lot of content here, and if the rest of the cards kind of stack up along that same route, where you have such a broad variety of cards ranging in the hundreds per type, just in this one set, that's pretty impressive. And it suggests that I'm gonna probably need to buy another box, because if I don't, there's a very good chance I'm missing out on a lot that this set has to offer. I'm going to have to do some research on that, but I think I might buy another booster box. I don't know if I'm going to do a video of it. Maybe, maybe not. I might just take my time, and I might not even open all of them, to be honest. And I might even buy 2 boxes and just keep a box. Who knows? I like this one just because it seems to cross over the universes, which is usually it's done, like, if this was all new content, and maybe it is, I have to do the research, but if this is all new content, then it's really, really well done. It's very consistent. It's in this kind of style I like, and it's at least done in homage to a lot of the old pieces of art in a lot of places. But if it's not, and it's just a mishmash of different sets, then so far I think I've been pretty lucky in the sets that I've drawn, being that they're all kind of the styles that I enjoy. And it's also a really good set for getting me interested in some of these other sets. Like, I was looking up, I think it's called Kaldheim, and that's the one with the Norse edges, so I'm going to have to maybe look at getting some of those just on their own. And I'm also kind of interested in some of the Forgotten Realms stuff, which I don't think I'm going to find in here, but maybe it crosses over. I don't think so, though. I don't think they did any of the crossovers with branding. That would be probably very hard to perform accounting on. So I'm pretty sure all the different IPs are probably separated, but as far as Magic's concerned, they've got a good selection from what I can tell. Now, I don't know how good these cards are from an actual play standing, so I'll have to learn more about the game, about the strategies, and actually learn about what all these cards are, spend some time reading them, just to figure that out. But generally speaking, I'm pretty impressed with just the quality of the cards, the variety of the cards, the art on the cards. It all meets or exceeds my standards for the most part. The only ones that don't fully meet or exceed my standards are the ad cards, because they come, again, I have to count the next time I see one of those. I don't know if they're extra cards they're adding in, Because if that's the case, then I don't really care. But if they're meant to be some of the cards or something, then I'm kind of disappointed because I'm not a big fan of those. And I'd rather they'd just remove them, even if it means one less card in the pack. I just feel that they actually detract from the pack as a whole. And the double cards do not detract from the pack. I'm just not a big fan of them. So if I could somehow get, I guess, really all I'm want it be is just picky. You know, I just want particular cards and that sort of thing, and I don't even know because I'm new to the thing. I don't even know what I'm missing. So I just know that I'm not a big fan of those double-sided cards, and I'm certainly not a fan of the weird ad ones. But all the other cards I'm pretty impressed with, and those rares, the mythics, the hollow lands, even some of the regular lands look really nice, and a lot of the cards are just gorgeous. The artwork is phenomenal, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of time just kind of looking at these cards afterwards, just to kind of get a sense of the actual art, get inspired as well, because I didn't realize there was so much variety. If this is just one set, I can't imagine all the variety there is in this game. And good on them, the creators of this game, and on, I guess, Wizards for, I guess, continuing this game for generations so far. But yeah, let's get on with it. So once again, as I kind of shift over to the camera here, we're gonna switch over on the audio stream. So I apologize again when the audio quality changes, but that's just kind of the way it is.
All right. So, hello again. And as you can see, everything is pretty much as I left it. I haven't opened up any new packs. All the packs are exactly in the same order they were. Haven't shuffled or moved around anything. Um, I kind of cleaned up the cards and maybe looked at a few cards. I did do a bit of research, not a ton, but I did do enough to get a little bit more of a bearing on how the cards are kind of set up, and if I've kind of hit anything that's, I guess, of some value. Now, some value being, I guess, relative. Again, I don't even know what's expensive, but I know Magic can get really expensive, and you can have some very expensive cards out there. From what I understand, most of those cards, although I could be wrong, but most of those cards, minus one or two exceptions, are older and they get sought after, which then raises the price. And they typically have to be graded to some degree to really achieve those high prices. But some cards by themselves, even if they're not graded, can still fetch a pretty penny. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars per card, and whatnot. And so I was thinking, like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. But now that I've seen how many cards there are just in this one set, it starts to make some sense to me, because if there is a particular card you want and it's not common, it's pretty hard to get, then you're gonna be investing a lot of money to get that one card you want. Just, I mean, sure, you can, I guess, sell the other cards along the way, or just add them to your collection and count them as wins. But if the card you're chasing is a particular card and it's gonna cost you, hundreds of dollars in boxes, and you got to open all those packs, sift through them all to find it, then it makes sense that those cards would start to fetch somewhat of a penny, at a higher price tag. Now, if you didn't have as much variety, if there weren't as many cards that you could get, if there weren't as uh, as many different types on the market, I don't think this set would be as valuable. In the sense that, um, well, I don't know. It depends. I don't know what really sets the value. Maybe it is just because, again, obviously a print run count will affect the price. So if something is limited run, limited edition, or something, or there's some sort of issue in the print run and it can only go to certain places or whatnot, or certain batches get destroyed, then that can affect the price for sure. But in the actual print run itself, if there's a lot of variety, that suggests a lot of cards, say, in the actual count, but it does not suggest a high print run per card. Because if there are, I don't know how many cards are in this set, but let's say there was 500. There was 500 different cards that you could get in this set. Then, and the most you're going to get in a box, right, like this, it's 320. And of those 320, some of them are going to be art cards, say, and all that jazz. So let's say you're looking at close to 300. You're going to need two boxes minimum. And you're going to have to be almost, have very little overlap between the two boxes. And that would suggest that the boxes themselves are oddly distributed in some fashion. It would be hard for that to happen because you would assume that there'd be a certain percentage of overlap, not too much, but somewhat of a normal distribution. And there'd be certain cards that, if they're common, are just more likely to show up, etc. So you're going to get some overlap in certain areas. But it's not going to necessitate that everything's going to be distributed out between two boxes. So you're going to probably need to pick up a few boxes at least every time just to get the cards across the set, let alone get the actual rare ones you're looking for. Now, I mean, it helps if the chase card you're looking for is common because you'll probably get it then in that first box and you'll be good to go. Yeah, I got the card I wanted, boom. But then the person that say is going after that ultra rare mythic up there and just hoping and hoping and hoping that they can get the rarest card in the set. Well, they're probably going to have to do a little bit of work on their part to buy those boxes. Which is funny. It's the amount of work they'll actually put in, literally doing work. Whether or not it's interesting to consider how much value can get put into these cards externally. That is, assuming that people are working for this money and they are not already in possession of large swaths of cash that and reserve funds and all that, and trust fund, uh, all that jazz. Assuming these people are actually working kind of day jobs and getting paid a salary, then there's work that goes into these boxes in a weird way. When you think about it, people working. So these cards can, in some ways, be productive, hold and store that value, like capacitors, and then or batteries if you prefer that analogy, and then at a later time exercise some of um, that capital. The funny thing is that they don't tend to lose the capital themselves. It's just a transfer of of wealth. They kind of get charged up again along the way. Now, as an industry dies, you find they're like a dying battery. They hold less and less charge over time, and you can't quite transfer them for what they used to hold. But unlike a battery, you can also get inflating stocks that consistently go up, and products that you paid a price at can double and triple in price. And it's kind of interesting with, I guess, limited supplies like physical goods that, and especially with collectible goods, that the supply is actually constrained. That it's interesting. Anyways, let us continue and look in on the rest of the March of the Machine booster. So, what we have here is the last 15 packs in the box. We've gone through the first 15 in the first video. Those of you who haven't seen it, you can check that out, and you can see what we went through, what we pulled. We are now going to continue on. Now, and continuing the trend from the previous video, which is a trend I like, another unique art card. Sounds quite interesting. What am I looking at here? Oh, there we go. So, we got some sort of, I think it's Phyrexian soldiers of some kind fighting with what appears to be a samurai. Very nice. Now, let us see what we got. Ooh, this looks like a nice card. Urza's Factory. I don't know. It seems like a nice card, though. I'm a fan of that. Again, I don't understand why sometimes I get these weird mini game cards, and then other times I just get these really nice, like a land. Like, what? That is a nice card. I really like this. Karsus Depth Guard. It's pretty sweet looking too. Standing there. These hollows are, although I don't think they're very hard to come by. They're very nice to look at. So good job on the art. And the foiling's quite nice on them too. Nothing too fancy, but also I quite like that, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the super fancy foils. And let's see what we got here. These are rares, I guess. So, and I mean, I'm just going to continue doing what I did in the first video, which is not great. And I'm only going to separate the rares that really catch my interest. Like this guy here really kind of catches my interest. Brutaclad Telker? Yeah, Telker Engineer. So I'll put that over there. So anything that has a kind of weird art style that really catches my eye, I think we'll go with. And then Invasion of Muruganda. He's one of these double cards. Now, see, funny enough, this is actually one I don't mind, and that's mostly because of the art form of these. Invasion of Moab. I gotta figure out how to use these cards. But in both cases, I like this green forest style. I've just always been drawn to the forest cards. And there's some of the swamps as well. It depends. The swamps can be cool. I just, I'm not a big fan of the necro stuff, so whenever there's like those crazy death skeletons, I'm just not hugely into it. But every once in a while, there's a really cool one. But whenever you see like those trees, I'm totally into that kind of stuff. Now these, I see again, these two are meant to go together. Because the last time we pulled these, again, I don't mind actually having duplicates of these because I think both these cards are really cool looking. But we pulled both of these together, and I said they belong together because they do. And here they are again, coming in together because they belong together. There's something about these two cards, they need to be together, and they will stay together. Furtive Analyst, get a new job if you want to get at it and not be so stressed. Scroll Shift, I think we've seen a couple of these, which I don't mind again, because again, all the art's really nice. And now we have another, and these I like. Hollow Land. And there's something about these Hollow Lands, I don't know why, I quite like this one. The Rugged Highlands. I don't know why the Highlands look so red, but I will put that into a sleeve. Oh, and so let's just get a sleeve here. And I, it's not very often you get the foil land, so I'm gonna sleeve those because it seems like you only get one every maybe like 4 or 5 packs. And although it's probably half as rare as like some of the other foils, it's still not that common that I'm gonna sleeve them because I like seeing them. And then let's see. Sorry, I should have opened that on screen. Apologies. Um, Again, another piece of art. All the art so far that we've seen is completely unique, except for copies that were signed versus unsigned. Although these, we get so many of these incubators. Don't know why. This looks cool though. I think this might actually be our first. Is this our first? This might be our first duplicated foil. Is it? No, maybe not. Maybe it is unique. I don't know. I'll have to go through. It seems familiar though, so we might have got this one before. That might be our first. Although it says uncommon, so unlikely. Probably just looks similar. Probably just blue. That's all. City on Fire. This is a rare card. This looks like an old card. I vaguely recall these kinds of cards. I don't know. This seems like an old card. Even the art style feels kind of reminiscent of being an old card. Maybe this one's a reprint. But either way, very nice card. See, I don't mind this style. Like it's kind of cool. Some of the pictures are pretty nice. I'm just not a huge fan of this style in general. I feel like it's a very I guess gaudy, maybe kind of art style. Just it's very bold, and I kind of prefer the more traditional like City on Fire that we just saw. But that being said, when it came to those Norse ones with the pillars on the side, I was a big fan. So I wonder if this is from the same series or if they're different. Because if it's from the same series, then this really puts a damper on my opinions of that series. But if it's from a different series, then this is one that I'm going to have to really avoid, in my opinion, because I'm just not a fan of this particular art style. And I've noticed a few cards that have this style. But not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not my personal preference. See, something like this is what I really like. I mean, even then, maybe not this particular example, but this general theme of this kind of what the greens and the blues and even the inks, I'm a big fan of. This one's actually quite like the look of this, and especially the framing. And I think I'm gonna put this over in the nice cards down here to the side. Invasion of Belanon. I kind of forget what these invasion cards are. It's like quite a few of them. But I like is it the mostly different again. Spotted Herbies, I've seen you before. These are my comments about you. Field of Skulls, Nation Hoplite, Oracle Tragedy. Again, I feel like these are just in different orders every time. But maybe I'm wrong. Knight of the New Coalition, Karsus Depth Guard. I haven't seen that land before. Although these islands, man, wherever they are from, I gotta figure out again what this set's from. These islands are terrifying. You've got like all these portals floating over. These islands are like, oh man, you would not want to be on a boat, on a floating vessel, and see that happen. You want to be on solid ground, and you probably want to be able to run away. Like being on an island and seeing that is just mildly terrifying. And then there was that weird one that looked like a portal going into the depths of the earth. Man, their islands are scary. When I think of an island, I don't know. I picture like beaches, maybe some palm trees, sand, coconuts. Hey, I should have. Sorry, I should have opened that on the. Look what we got. Another signed piece of art. Now I looked these up because before coming back to make this video again, and I realized that these signed pieces of art. And I don't know how rare all the cards are or anything, but it looks like these are going for about $4 a card to $10 a card per signed piece of art. So what it seemed like. Now I think that was US, but double check. But if that's the case, then let's see, 12 US, what is that, 15.20? You know, just the signed art might get some of my money back on this. I'm not selling these, but in theory, like value wise, like the cost of the box might get represented in some of those foils, some of those signed art cards, and then I'm sure some of the rares are probably worth a couple bucks each. The uncommons and all that too. So I don't know. Seems like so far it seems like a pretty good value. I don't feel like I've had too many issues with this. Also, I'm loving these extra lands that we're getting. These rare lands. This is an island mountain. This is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to do something with these cards afterwards. I'm not gonna leave them how they're sorted. They're gonna have to get sorted better. And this is an interesting uh, stasis field. Look at that. It's a pretty nice looking card. Not gonna lie. I mean, it says it's common, but it's a nice card. I think I have a thing for blue. This is a nice card too. Legendary creature. Hidetsugu and Kairi. Kenrith, the Returned King. Oh, this is a mythic. You know, and I read that was actually quite a sought after card, so that definitely gets a sleeve. You know, we're getting some good. I think we're getting good pulls here, guys. I'm gonna say it. We're getting some good pulls. I don't know much about this, but I saw this particular card show up multiple times when I looked online. And it's got the M on it. So we've now got both versions, because if you watch the first video, you'll realize that we got the etched version, the etched foil version of Kenrith, and now we've got the mythic regular Kenrith. I gotta admit, both of these are nice. I'm just doing an absolutely god awful job of keeping things in focus, but both of these are very nice. I am quite happy with this. I looked online and I saw both of these cards, and they are both worth about $15-$20 US, I think, according to the website at whatever time that was, however, so maybe last year. I didn't actually look at the current prices. Some of them might be worse. It could be better. They might have tanked. Who knows? All I know is that these were at one point sought after cards, so I'm quite happy to have two copies of them, and they're also really nice looking cards. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy about it. And also I realized that this orange symbol is how you can tell that they're mythical as well. So I'm learning things about this game as we're going. But another rare I like, so I'm gonna put you over onto the side. You're also very nice looking. Vivian's Talent. Look at you. Planeswalker. Oh man. I can see why people really like this game. It's actually like just the collecting alone, just opening the boxes is pretty fun. And every card, I'm sure, like once you actually start to learn how to use these, and then you're actually playing tournaments. Especially because it seems like tournaments, you win things in the tournaments, which I didn't really think much about until I went to the store and they were telling me they had a tournament on today. And if I knew how to play, well, I would be probably playing, but I don't know how to play. So I have to learn how to play first. And I, I figure collecting is a good way. So let's actually open this pack in front of the camera this time, because that's what you guys all came here for. You didn't just come here for me to open it off screen to make my life easier, did you? No, you came here to watch me struggle, to feel the tension on that path. So let's see what we got here. What do we got? What do we got? We got. Yeah, a nice. Which way this goes? This way, I guess. It's like a genie. Cool though. Kind of like a Taurus Ifrit genie. We're back to this. Okay, so hold on. We got the art card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm so confused. How many cards did we get then? So we get the art card plus. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we get 12 cards plus the art card. So then these are just whatever cards. Bonuses? So the 13th card is the bonus card, I guess? We get this bonus card each time? Or maybe we don't always get a bonus card? I'm so confused because like it says topper. So I guess, I mean, I'm assuming that's what T stands for, because common topper. It makes sense it's at the top. Could be treasure, I guess, but I highly doubt it. This is no treasure. So, I don't know. I still don't know what those are. Assimilate essence. This seems kind of cool. I mean, it says it's common, but damn, that's a cool looking piece of art. Look at that. I like it. That's pretty sick. I like getting these four. Man, these packs are sick. You get a four. I don't know if this is normal, but these are cool. These are really cool. This guy's nice too. Look at this. Oh, it's a mythic. Dude, it's a mythic? Okay, dude. Now I'm confused. Are the mythics, how many mythics have I got? I wasn't even looking at the letters before, so now I'm thinking that I have a whole pack of mythics waiting for me to discover. I feel like this is like a good set of pulls. I don't know. Is this normal to get mythics like as frequently as we're getting them? How many have we got so far? We got one, two. I guess we only pulled 3 mythics. Yeah, the rest are rares and just lands. So I guess that's something to say. You know, it's still though. I don't know. Game's pretty good if you ask me. And then another awesome looking card. Look at this. Karuga the Macro Sage. Probably horrible on that screen. This camera is just not picking things up well. But that is a nice looking card. That a nice looking cards pile. Invasion of Xerix. That's also a pretty nice looking card. That over here. Etherblade Agent. Furnace Rain. Furnace Gremlin. We got some Furnace stuff going on here. Halo Charge Scab. Email. See, I don't know, I like these green cards. It's got a nice look to it. This kind of feels origami-like, you know what I mean? Like I'm feeling some origami going on. Again, like their lands are something else. Like think about it. You're out in the middle of the forest, you're hiking up a mountain, you look up, you see that shit going down in the sky, man. Oh my God, just take me home. It's gonna freak me out. It's gonna freak me out. You don't see that kind of stuff in nature. Don't just go mending together. Ah, see, this is where you open it. You open it against, or with the grain, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's against. Okay, we're getting the system down. Even the opening's getting easier. And I'm not screwing up the camera as much this time. So I don't think I am. I like this art. Like these art cards are nice. Do a whole set of art cards. I'm not gonna lie. That's okay. Now we're talking. What is this? Another treasure. But what is this? Captain Lannery Storm. Legendary creature. Human pirate. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna give them a. Again, rare hollows. I feel they are deserving of sleeves. You know, the rare hollow is a very nice addition. Now, I'll probably sleeve all the rares to be honest, but the rare hollows for now. But that is a nice, well put together card. I don't know, like it's nice. It's very nice, and this is nice too. I mean, totally different style, but this kind of graphic manga style. It's just these cards are, especially on the full frame like this, like I don't know, very very nice. Another mythic. Wait, that's a mythic too. How many mythics are? Oh my God, these are both mythics. Hold on. We got a hollow rare and 2 mythics in one pack? Is this normal? Are mythics just something? I don't know. I don't know if this is normal. I need to learn about this. But 2 mythics in one pack? I am down with that. Especially considering it's my first magic stuff. The more the merrier. What else have we got in here? Let's get some more magic going. I've seen you before. Invasion of Dominaria. I'm actually, the more I see these double cards, I'm liking these battle ones. I don't really know what's going on there, but they're actually growing on me. And now that I've learned that those toppers are potentially just extra cards, I'm not so upset. I like this style. Like these two are also, I think these two might have come together before as well. I like the look though. A joyful storm sculpture, that's new. Or maybe we have seen it before, but I've seen you before. Kite sail. Final flourish. You seem new. And the plains. I think this might be our first plains land. So I don't know if I'll be serving up much plains stuff. Actually, that makes me wonder, where do you get all the lands? Are there like special packs with just lands? Don't you need lands in this game? Like, I haven't really. I mean, we get one per pack. Is that kind of like the idea of how they get you? Financially, you just have to. This is like very different art style than the others. Interesting. Still nice though, but very different. Wonder if I'll have like any runs going on there. That's a good sign. I like what I'm seeing. Look at this. It's a common, but still. Golden scale aeronaut. I like those. Fairy mastermind. This it's rare. I saw it online. Apparently, it's a good card. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. Oh wow, that seems useful. Especially in the case of, yeah, I'll put you over here for now. 'Cause this is a nice looking card too. Even though you're only an uncommon, I kind of want to put you over here. Because you look nice. Invasion of Zendikar. They have quite a few of those invasions. That was got a nice background. You again. I've seen quite a few of you. Explains why you're common. Oh, okay. So maybe to change the equation, non-hollow is what I've been seeing. We definitely got that in hollow form. This guy seems new. I don't think we've seen you before, but it says it's a common. Temporal cleansing, cut short. This is a nice looking card. Burning Sun's Fury, and that's a nice land. Not really jungly, but oh, it's jungle and death. There we go. That expensive. Yeah, more poisony kind of. Yeah, that feels right. It's a nice land though. I like it. I'm a big fan of the forest land. They're my favorite. And the forest swamps are, I guess, a mix of my two favorites. And then the island would be my third favorite. The mountains were always my least favorite. I don't know why. Well, actually, no, maybe the plains were my least favorite, and the mountains were my second least favorite. Interesting. So we've got another samurai kind of style. It, I feel like this art goes pretty well with the last piece there, but it does not go with any of the stuff before it. So I wonder if the art kind of follows a thematic trend. Seeing that elemental. I gotta figure out what's going on with those toppers. I think I think this might be maybe not the foil version, but we've definitely seen a few of these. But now we got it in foil. That seems like a nice card. Knight Errant of Eos. Is that Hedron Grinder? I don't know. I'm not feeling that particular one as much. Invasion of Mercadia. Man, there's a lot of these invasion cards. We really do like. There's got to be something going on there. I got to figure out what's going on there. And then we got Skyclave Aerialist, Phyrexian Sensor. I feel like I've heard that name before. Copper Host Crusher. It's nice looking. I think we have that in Hollow too. Consuming Etherborn, Thrashing Frontliner, Alabaster Host Sanctifier. etched familiar, and the blood-filled caves. I don't know. I feel like this was not a great pull. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that Knight Errant of Eos is just totally worth it. But that felt like one of the worst packs we've had so far. Whereas one before it was like two mythics in a pack and hollow rare. I don't know, like that just seemed like an awesome pack. I am liking this art though. All the art is so unique, and I'm very happy with that. These weird topper cards, like these, I don't know, what do we do with these? Now this looks sweet. Invasion of Amonkhet. Lands Attack Convert. And then Rankin Torbrand. That sounds pretty sweet. Shana, Cisse. Oh, see, this is a cool looking card. Look at this. Loot Tree the Spell Chaser. I don't know if the line art shows up well though, but it's cool in person. It'd be nice if there was some foiling on that, but I don't know how. Maybe the foiling would actually detract. Like if it wasn't done well, it'd probably detract. This is a really cool looking card. It's only a common, but I don't think we've seen many of these. If it is, and then Invasion of Yogotha over there, Sunblessed Guardian, Furnace Blessed, the Shivan Branch Burner, War Historian. Wasn't there like a Vexed Historian or something earlier? Not a Trailblazing Historian. It must be a Historian series. Interesting. Swamp. Man, they really are upgrading the swamps these days. But I think that's actually from that, there's a particular series, Tawigama or something, that it's kind of set in that kind of cyberpunk Japan world. And I might look at seeing maybe about getting one of those sets too. I don't know. I quite like that style of cyberpunk. And again, we are just really like I don't know if they like insure it this way or what, but we are getting lucky with the art cards, guys. I mean, I get there's a lot of art cards, but not even one screw up. That seems really nice. And I have to admit, of all the ones, of all these promos, this one, give me this one, because it's kind of cool looking on the back. I don't like those weird people just smiling at me. Okay, Tandem Takedown. That's pretty nice. Invasion of Theros. Man, there's so many invasions. I gotta learn all like the geography of this place. See, this is a duplicate. Odd that we see this entire series. I just am not liking any of this art. I gotta figure out what series this is and avoid it like the plague. I get no offense to the artists; they're much better than me. Give them that. Just don't like the stained glass style. Not at all. I gotta figure out what this is and just avoid it. Not my style. Yeah, I like this old school kind of art, just the high fantasy style. It's more my stuff. The traditionalist, even this, the cyberpunk Japanese, I'm kind of a fan of. And the Norse. But if that's the Norse, this, because I'm worried that it is, because I'm looking at this card here specifically right now, and I'm seeing things that worry me that it could be the Norse, and that's that snake-like spirally pattern in the background. I worry that could be some sort of version of their Norse take, and I'm just like, I'm not having it. Not if that's the art style. But this Tamagawa, or whatever it is, I quite like that art style. And this I really like. Kami of the Whispered Hopes. That's pretty sweet. Wish I could find some way of like figuring out just what they're originally from. But anyways, Storm the Seed Core, Rampaging Geogerm, Tidal Terror. Ah, see that's a nice mountain. It's a classic mountain, but although again, it's got these crazy. I just don't remember there always being these portals all over the place. In the old mountains, I remember the old mountains just looking kind of mountainy. That, like, when did these portals come in? And maybe that's the March of the Machine stuff because you got all these. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at the box, I'm seeing these portals. That okay? That's actually kind of cool. I'll give it to them. If they're like, it makes me wonder: is all this art custom for just the set? When they say reprints, are they actually reprinting the art, or are they like, are they actually? I don't know. And this is a nice piece of art. Those are some badass boats, though. Riding the lava. Oh, this looks cool. Urza's armor. That's nice. And again, like, I'm so confused. You know, I don't know. This feels like it's worth something. I don't know why, but it's like, I mean, it's just got this kind of feel to it. Look at this. Like, it's got a stamp. So put that. Like, it's got this stamp right here. I haven't seen that one before. So I don't know. It might just be a nothing burger, but this guy though, this one, another rare foil. Brudiclad. I have one of those here that was an uncommon, I believe. No, it was a rare. So we have a rare and a rare foil version of Brudiclad Telecaster Engineer. So you are also going to get a nice sleeve. So your rare foil. And let's continue. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing at the bottom there. I saw a hint of something. All that glitters may be gold. Let's see. Kaldheim. There we go. That's the place. Invasion of Kaldheim. This is this is a nice card even. Yeah, these doubles are kind of growing on me. I'm not gonna lie. There's enough variety in them that another mythic. Look at this. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. I feel like I saw him online. He was one of those nice cards from the set. I'm telling you, I feel like this box set is just like a great set of hits. I don't know. Maybe it's the foils that matter and not just the rare versions of these, but are the mythics. But you know what I mean? And this is one that's kind of like the mob, apparently. This invasion of New Capena. The New Capena or Capena. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but that style. I don't know. I'll look at some of the cards and decide if I'm interested in it. Yo, this dude is like getting the hell out of Dodge. Look at this dude. He's like firestorms, portals opening up in the sky, and he's like, "Fuck this, haste! I'm out of here." That's hilarious. The prankster's like, "Nah, it's time to burn the place down." So two totally different perspectives on when shit goes down. And I'm not gonna lie, these guys are assholes. guys are just kind of cowards, but at least these guys don't cause other problems. These guys, though, are just the worst. Phyrexian Gargantua, Listening Deluge, Hanger Scrounger, Golden Scale Aeronaut, Dreg Recycler, and another beautiful foil land. Ooh, I like that. I like getting these foil lands, especially when they're not duplicates of one another. It's very nice. That is very nice. Uh, I feel like this set box is treat me kindly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone who's watching this is thinking to themselves, man, he's getting robbed. There's nothing in this box. And he's happy about it? And you better believe I am. So say what you will, but I am quite happy with what I pulled. This is weird art. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. Not my favorite piece of art. I feel like that kind of goes with the stained glass. Just not a big fan of that. Cauldron Complete. A mythic on the top. I feel like an MH2. Like that's a different. I don't know what they're doing here, but that one is getting. That is getting a sleeve. I don't know what they're doing, but this thing is getting a sleeve. It's a mythic. It doesn't even have. It's just like it's got some other numbers on it. I don't know what that means. The others don't have numbers. This one's got a number on it. Are there like limited run? Are there serialized? Is that what this means? Do I have a serialized mythic? Is that like a really nice card? I don't know, but it feels like a great card. This whole last pack feels like amazing. Look at this. Another hollow uncommon. That's a nice. Look at that. Seed Pod Caretaker. What's this? Another rare. That's a nice looking rare. Reach the multiverse. Thank you, I will. Dude, I'm putting that over in the nice cards. Dude, another nice card. Even if it's only an uncommon. Emoti Celebrant of Bounty. That is a nice looking card. Sorak and Goreclaw. You seem familiar. I definitely feel like you're an old. I feel like there's something to you. I don't know what is that. Invasion of Kaladesh. It's got a nice name too. Kaladesh. Bonded Beasts. Artistic Refusal. Coming in hot. Rouse Reinforcements. Cleaning Champion. And then our land. Thornwood Falls. That's a nice looking place actually. I would go there and read. That feels like a place that you could sit down, bring a book, and just get a nice chunk of reading done, to be honest. I don't expect too much happening in Thornwood Falls. You know? It seems like a pretty calm and quiet place. Oh, sorry, I should be opening this up. And again, we are hitting the jackpot here with art. Every piece is so unique. This is just like, guys, I don't know if this is how they design this, but this is what you want when you're opening a box of cards, is to feel like this. And look, another mythic. What the hell is going on here? And it's got another number on it. Are we hitting the freaking jackpot? Like I don't know what's going on. Am I hitting the jackpot with these cards? Because I don't know if this is. I don't like that sleeve. It's really a different sleeve. I don't know what's going on with these cards, but I feel like I'm getting really lucky. Maybe I'm completely out to lunch, but is this not a lucky card? Like it's got a number on it. 100 out of 269. Like what does that mean? Is that like none of the other ones have those numbers? And and I don't know. And then we're getting in each one of these decks we get these super cool looking like Kamigawa. That's it, Kamigawa. That's the one I want. Invasion of Kamigawa. I'm thinking like I don't know. There's something going on here. They know what they're doing. Almost. That's a sweet looking. Look at that shark, man. That thing's freaking sick. Yorion Sky Nomad. That's a sweet looking card. Gonna put that in a nice looking deck. Invasion of Vryn. Okay, I finally figured out what these invasion cards are related to, at least. I don't fully understand, but they're related to this plot of this game series, right? Like with all these universes coming together. So it seems like those places are all possible games expansions that they've incorporated. And then, which would suggest that these lands specifically are unique. And and that's why each one has these portals, because they added these portals in as kind of like the theme of a lot of these. Okay. So in that case, does that mean that a lot of this art is legitimately been, well, mostly customized in the sense that they're going in and they're adding all these portals? Because that's really cool if that's the case. I mean, it also adds a flair. It makes it somewhat unique, but they're also each one has its label. And I'm loving this art, man. Loving this. This has got to be one of the coolest pieces we've seen so far. Just devouring some sort of weird thing, but like those are sick looking. Like, look at that. Badass. Oh, this art is just something else. Oh, we haven't seen you for a while. I gotta figure out what's going on with these. These double cards. But I kind of wish I got some mythics instead of these double cards now. Now that I see you can get mythics at the top, I'm like, well, let's go for some mythics. I don't know if you gotta take a prankster, take them foils, you know. I guess pun intended, maybe. That's a cool C double. Looks like a nice card too. Jury Master of Review. That's a nice looking card. So is this. Ooh, Renata Call to the Hunt. I just have a thing for green cards, you know? I don't know why. Casala the Broken. Interesting. Another mythic, but yeah. Kozla, the Broken Halo. Another mythic, eh? Man, we are getting the mythics hard. I mean, we're not getting any hollow mythics, really. We got the one, maybe two hollow mythics, but actually, I think with the etched foil one, but we are getting some mythics, and we're getting possibly some numbered ones. I don't know. There's numbered ones that we have to figure out. I'll have to do research, figure out what those are. And I am liking these invasion cards more and more. They're not bad. These commons aren't bad. The lands are nice looking. I like the fact that they added these portals now that I'm starting to understand how they relate to the set. And I'm feeling like this is one of those sets that I don't know if getting multiple boxes is worth it. I don't know. It'd be tough to say. But well, okay, let's put it this way. You should get at least 2 boxes of this because one box is clearly just worth opening, let alone, like, look at this art. Every single piece was different. I didn't get any duplicated art. That's something to be said so far. The only thing I got duplicated were some of these toppers, which, again, I'll figure out how these work, but I'm imagining some of them are actually, I don't know. I feel like there's a weird market. Maybe it's an aftermarket. There's something there for those, whether it's just like you put them in a box or whatnot. Reg recycling. Really nice in the foil, actually. I don't think that would look, I mean, it might look okay. I'd have to see the actual card to know what it looked like. Invasion of Arcadios. This is a rare one. I don't know what separates the rare and the uncommon when it comes to cards like that. This is a pretty nice card, actually. I'm going to add that to the. Something about those. I mean, I'll probably go through and grab even the ones I didn't quite like, but all that style, and I'll just keep them together because there's something about that style that's nice. See, I don't know why, but I like these. Oh, hey! It's that art card again. It's the, it's the topper. And now we found you. Storm the Seed Core. Interesting. Yeah, there's lots of, look at this, all these greens. They're very, and a forest one. It's a very foresty pack. Is that normal? I wonder if to look in the next pack, the last pack, and see if that's kind of the case. Do they normally do that? Unfortunately, nothing super rare or mythic or anything in this one, though. I feel like every time you get one of those really heavy hitters, you then suddenly get like kind of a lesser hitter. And that's fair. But I know as a kid, I felt like as a kid, I always got the lesser hitters when I opened these packs. I mean, again, it wasn't Magic, it was usually Pokemon or Yu Gi Oh! But I always felt that I was uh, unlucky as a kid when it came to opening packs. And I'd sit there and my friends would open it up and they would get the rare, ultra rare, hollows, and foils. And that was me just getting getting okay cards to play with, I guess. My decks were never too bad, but they were never filled with anything super rare. Yeah, no, I gotta admit, I gotta say this right now. I've opened up 30 packs. I don't think I got a single duplicated piece of art. The one piece I got that was duplicated was signed. So that is like, that's, I mean, what do you, it's like a 9.9 out of 10. You know, and if you're gonna round up, that's just a 10 out of 10. Simply really, really good. I don't know about value. Again, I don't know enough about the cards to know if there's value in these cards. From what I can see, I pulled some value that I think I recouped the cost of the box. If I were one of those people that were trying to sell these cards or whatever, I think I could get the cost of the box back, or at least the majority of the cost of the box, and then I get a bunch of cards for free, effectively. That's how it works. But again, I don't know the price of these. I wasn't doing this really as an investment. I did it more so just for the enjoyment of it. I've really enjoyed it so far. I like the fact that all the foils have also been unique. I've had almost no duplicates in the rares. The uncommons are. I've had very few duplicates in uncommons. I've had some crazy nice hits with a couple of the packs where it's just like, whoa, look at all of that. Look at all of those hits in one go, you know? And then a couple of oh, no, that's a new one actually. A couple duplicates in different forms, but funny enough, a couple of them were ones I even liked. Not all of them though, like it's not a big fan of, but a lot of these are just unique in some way, shape, or form. And to finish it off, another Hollow Land. Yeah, that's a great finish. That's a great way to finish. I feel nice about that, you know? Like, oh, that's that crappy. Let's go with this guy. I feel like that's a great way to end an unboxing. I mean, it's not an amazing way, but whew, look at that. Another Hollow Land. So let's take a look at our what I consider hits. I think I might have even missed maybe one, if I'm lucky, that is. I missed one or two in the big pile there, but I don't think so. I think I actually did get them all. But let's see what we got for hits here, because I think these are hits. Kasla, the Broken Halo. Mythic. Let's see. Legendary creature, Angel Ally, Convoke. Your creature can help cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. Phyrexian Inscriptions. A mythic, but on top of that, it seems to have a number on it, which I can't seem to get to show, but it says 100 out of 269. So I don't know if that means anything, but if it does, that seems really cool. Then another numbered one, which is interesting that we should get 2 numbered cards. Cauldra Complayat. I'm not really sure. 227 out of 303. So again, I'm not sure if these are limited prints, in which case that's really cool that I got 2 in one set. Then we've got Hollow Land, a really nice one actually. One of my favorites actually from what I saw. Blossoming Sands. And then I'll put the Hollow Lands there actually. Then we've got another mythic, non-hollow, but Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. That's powerful. And then we've got a hollow rare, or foil rare, depending on how you say it. Brutaclad Telker Engineer. And then we've got, I'm not sure what this is, the stamp thing, but Ursa's Armor. And I know Ursa is one of the, and this feels like an old school kind of, this feels old school. So I don't know, something about that feels like it means something. Ren and Realm Breaker. Not a big fan of this art style, to be honest, but or this framing feels very modern. I prefer the old style. This modern frame, but it is a mythic, and we'll look that up. This is also a mythic. Should fix the get a different. Yeah, I'm gonna get a different thing for this. So, Uroblask. We got another mythic there. So I like that we got like a decent hit of mythics. I count once we're done. I've not been counting these. And we got some rares. So actually, I should put the mythics and the rares separately. There's another rare here, and then that's its own thing. So I'll put you off to the side there. And, oh, but you're also one of those. Yeah, so these must be numbered. That must mean something because I'm seeing it on both the numbered mythics. They had a special stamp, so that must mean something. So we'll just leave those all there with the stamps. Leave the rares there, put the mythics, and then let's continue on looking at these. So another one of our hits is another mythic, Thalia and Gitrog. That's nice. And then this is a nice one. This hit, I saw this card online. I don't know if it's the foil version, if there is a foil version, or if it's just this version, but very nice Kenrith the Returned King, as well as the etched version of Kenrith the Returned King in slightly different art style, but this is also a very nice hit. And then Invasion of Ikoria, I saw listed, which is a rare. And then we got our lands. And I like this. We got two of these kind of, I guess, almost borderless, but not really borderless. They're just very thin frames. And then we've got kind of a traditional swamp, kind of with no extra effects. And then we got a couple with some effects to go with our blossoming sand. So pretty happy with those. I think our rares. Like, I don't know. I think we got a good collection here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hollow lands or foil lands, depending on how you call them. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mythics, and which would be one every 3 packs. That feels like a really high hit ratio. To pull one every 3 packs, to pull a mythic every 3 packs, seems. And I mean, like I'm including these extra mythics here, and this weird stabbed one, which might not be a mythic, it might just be a topper or something. I'm not sure, but that just seems really high. And then we got the foil lands, and we've got the foil rares. So when you combine those, you've got, what did I say? You're essentially getting like 2 out of 3 packs are gonna have something nice in them on average, I'd say, from this. Maybe 50% of the packs. And then you're gonna have just then your standard fare across the board. The foils are nice, but even then, look, like these foils, I don't think we got, and if we did, they're very minimal. Maybe 1 or 2 um, duplicates. I don't think we got duplicates. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I don't think we got a single duplicate in this set. So no duplicates there. I mean, we did get some duplicates in here. I know that. These guys definitely got some duplicates here. But there's some rares in here too, I think. I don't think all of these are uncommon common. I think some of these are rares. Yeah, like this guy here is a rare. And then we got, let's see, if I didn't miss any. I didn't realize that mythics were. Oh, I did miss a mythic. Look at this. Another mythic. Look at that. So, look at that. I missed a whole mythic, and there's some rares in there. But again, the rares are different. But I missed a mythic. Let's take a look. Let's see what do we got here. Teferi Akosa of Zalfir. That's quite the name. Invasion of New Phyrexia. Alright, so we got another mythic. Let's throw him into a sleeve. Sleeve him, boys. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Why did he deserve this? But can you believe that? Mixed in with the common folk. Yeah. So another mythic. Can you believe that? Another mythic just chilling there. Didn't even see it. Who knows what's in the big pile? There's probably another one in there somewhere. Let's see. Rares. We got uncommons. Rares, uncommon, rares. Yeah, these are mostly rares. These were the ones that kind of caught my eye. I feel like, is this numbered as well? Like, this is a numbered card as well. I'm going to. I don't know. There's something about that card. It's numbered. You can see that it's got that. It's just different. And these ones are all rares and uncommon, so these ones can kind of stick to the side here. But this dude, I don't know. There's something about it. Something tells me it's different and it needs a sleeve. Antiquities War. It's also a really cool looking card. So you have now been upgraded, my friend. You've made it to the next level. You are amongst the mythics and the legendaries and the lands of old. And let's just go through the comments because you know what? For all I know, I missed an entire mythic the whole way through, and I kind of want to see now because now that I know what those M's mean and these letters, I feel like I've upgraded my mind, hit the next level. You know. And also, I'm gonna have to go through here and actually look for numbers because I'm seeing that there's like these. I don't know. There's just different symbols on things, and I'm wondering what that means. And eventually, I'll pull the lands out too because the lands I've always been a big fan of them, and I feel that generally speaking, um, they were always some of my favorite cards growing up, and going through them. Well, they're not some of my favorites now. Well, some of them are actually. You gotta admit, like this. That's a nice one. And some of those full hollow frame ones, and even just the basics, like a classic land like this. I just, it has a soft, and like the forest has a soft spot in my heart. Of course, with the forest, I always preferred the. Yeah, look at this. Another. This one's got numbers on it. I'm going to do something with that because I don't know what it is about these serialized ones, but I'm gonna figure it out. Like this guy here too. Which also Urza's Factory, that's a nice card. Like I already liked the card when I saw it, so the fact that it's serialized makes sense to me in some ways. This guy's pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie. If he was serialized, it'd be super cool. But Ortheon seems like a badass. Something tells me he is a badass, and if I were to look into it, he's probably like some crazy legendary badass guy who's done all sorts of cool shit. But who knows? That's the thing. I don't know. Let's see. Any final ones that we missed? Because we seem to be like digging up a few here. That we know what we're looking for. That's a cool looking card. Not numbered, but I mean they all have numbers on them. But what I'm talking about is there's like this number, and then there's a slash, and then another number. So it's like a number out of something, like a ratio. And and only a very select few have these ratio numbers, which suggests to me that they are special. There is some reason that they're like this. And I'm going to find out because something tells me that you don't just put these kind of random numbers in because from a printing perspective, that number means something. They had to print one of, and they might, oh, another mythic. Oh, look at that. Another mythic. Just, that's a nice one too. Looks like you can feel the mythics when you hold them. Because I remember looking at that card earlier and thinking something like, "Oh, that feels like a special card." I don't know why it felt special. It just felt like a special card, and then sure enough, you find out, oh, it's a mythic, which could explain why it had that special feeling. But I actually, when I was looking online, I forgot about this card, but I saw this card listed as one of those kind of, you know, one of those cards from the set, and that is the Sword of the Once and Future, which to me always makes me think of the Once and Future King. Listen, King Arthur. Um, but apparently this was somewhat sought after at the time. But it is a mythic, so it belongs in the mythic pile with a proper sleeve on it. And then these other two are interesting because we've got a numbered uncommon. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here with that. We have a 288 out of 289 uncommon Urza's Factory. And that's just a really nice card. And then, what else do we have? Let me grab one more sleeve here. And let's see. The Ketria Triome, which is another numbered 250 out of 274 rare land. And it's a numbered land, which is also really cool. But it's a forest island mountain. Like, what a sick set of land. So, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just going to say it now for my first box opening of Magic the Gathering. I'm impressed. March of the Machine is has greatly exceeded my expectations. I didn't really know what I was going in for. I was a bit worried I would honestly feel disappointed in some way or that I was unhappy with my purchase, but I feel honestly the exact opposite. I feel like this was a great purchase, and I don't even like. I feel like I got a lot of cards. I don't feel like I can build a deck from these cards, unfortunately. That's one thing that I think I'll have to figure out more about. But I wasn't really interested in building a deck as the primary goal. It would have been a nice add-on, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather have fewer duplicates, like I have with this particular set box, and not be able to build a deck than to have a whole bunch of duplicates and be able to build a deck. I'm way happier with the set boosters. I'm absolutely astounded at the variety in this set box. The lack of duplicates is honestly amazing. I was not expecting so few. I'm really, really impressed. And if this is kind of par for the course, I am going to be picking up a few more Magic booster set boxes in the future. I might even buy another one of the March of the Machine just to try and round it out and maybe get some of those missing cards that I don't have. But to be honest, I'm also thinking about maybe just looking at some of these other sets that are being referenced in March of the Machine and just looking back and seeing what's out there because I had no idea it would be this rewarding, to be honest. And I don't even know how to play the game really. I mean, I sort of know ish, really, really loosely from years ago, but I need to refresh. But yeah, no, would recommend, guys. I mean, you seen it yourself though, so you can make your own decisions. But unless I just got really lucky with this set box, it seems like an easy buy recommendation. So highly, highly recommend that if you're interested in Magic the Gathering, whether you're new to the game or not, because I am brand new. I don't know anything about these cards, but I feel like this was a great experience. It was a lot of fun opening these packs. It's a lot of fun going through all the cards, and I haven't even had a chance to read all of them because of just going through the video. So I think after this, I'm going to be spending some time. I'm going to be reading, sorting, and figuring out how I want to organize all these cards. But yeah, no, I think this was a great purchase, and anybody on the fence, you know, I got a thumbs up for you. So But yeah, we'll go back and just kind of finish up the video here. But just as a reminder, that's March of the Machine set boosters. So they do come in, there's different boxes for those of you who are unfamiliar. There's set boosters, which is what I got. There's also draft boosters. And then there are collectors boosters. Now, I'm not really certain about the draft or collectors. From what I understand, drafts probably have duplicates in them more often, um, so that you can draft those cards. So you're more likely to, from what I understand, run across the same cards multiple times so that you can build your decks. Not a wider variety of cards. And the collector's boosters, from what I understand, cut out some of the, I think it's less of the commons maybe, or it's just less likely, and they increase the likelihood of some of the rares showing up and some of the science stuff and all that. I think that's how it works. Again, don't quote me on it. I'm not an expert yet. I need to do some more research. But there are different boxes. But this particular one, as you can see, is the set booster box, and that's the one that, in this particular case, I would recommend. I don't know about the others. Don't have any experience there, but definitely, if you want to have a good time, spend an hour or two cracking some boosters. And hell, if you got your own decks and stuff, and you're actually building stuff, this is just like get some friends and go through these, split it. It's better than, honestly. I feel like if you were to go with your buddies and pick up a case of beer, split it three ways, pick up one of these boxes, split that three ways, for the price that you would have, say, going out for drinks, maybe once or twice with your friends and having a night out, you could drink, still get your drinks in, and then spend the rest of that money because there's three of you. So I know that when I go out drinking with my friends, I can go easily spend 80 to $100 easy without even thinking on drinks. And if I'm not thinking and I'm uncareful, I can double that. No questions asked. Just, suddenly just making mistakes. I don't even enjoy it the next day. But if you spend, say, $50 a pop, and then you spend 15, $20 each on drinks, you spend $70, which is a night out, but you get your three friends together and crack one of these. I don't know. You get your drinks. You each walk away with about 100 something cards. Just it seems like it could be a pretty fun time. You get 10 booster packs each. There's 30 booster packs in here. It's 120 cards each. Like that seems like a good time to me, especially considering you also get art cards on top of that because it seems like the art cards are extra. I don't know. I mean, this kind of pull rate, I don't know. Why not? Better than wasting the money, in my opinion. Now, of course, if you want to eat, that's a totally different subject because obviously then you gotta add some food in the mix, and you could always just order like a pizza or something too. Anyways, that's just food for thought. I just, yeah, I was really impressed with the this Magic set booster box, and I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be picking up another one in the future. I don't know when exactly, but that's gonna be it should.
It should be good. And we're now back to the, I guess, the original audio stream. But that's pretty much the end of this this episode here. Don't have too much more to go on. That was my first box opening, my first real Magic the Gathering experience, outside of times that I played it decades ago. So it felt good. It did kind of bring me back a little bit with just a little kick of nostalgia. Even though I didn't have a huge nostalgic spot to really hook into, it still kind of got it. It was funny though. It was kind of getting the nostalgia of just the cracking the packs and the cards in general. Not really Magic the Gathering because I didn't have nostalgia really for that. But I was remembering opening up like Pokemon and my Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. And just the feel of opening those packs. And I gotta give it to Wizards. These are really nice cards. Like the feel of the cards is nice. The alignment's really good. The centering's really good. The edging's good. I gotta give it to them. They're doing that part right. They've got quite a lot of variety in terms of the types of cards, which is nice. The only thing I guess I could say is that from what I've seen, although I need to do it in person, is that from what I've seen, they could maybe have a few different varieties of the foils themselves. I mean, they do have the kind of the etched foil and then the regular foil and stuff. And they do have that little, I guess, foil stamp. But I feel like, honestly, that's the only area that I would say ask that they look to maybe improve. And not even overdo it. Don't add too many types, but just like, I've always been a big fan of selective foiling. So one or two little things. And I think one series that would be kind of cool to do would be where you have just the elements, all the mana, kind of foiled, and maybe like the damage counter and maybe the name. Like essentially just do kind of like a few of the accents and then maybe the symbol, like whatever the main stamp is or something. That'd be kind of cool, and leave the other stuff unfoiled. So it'd be kind of like a version of the non-foil mythic. Would be like kind of a mid-foil mythic where you would have like a stamped. You call it maybe a stamped mythic, and it would be it'd be really nice to kind of get something in that kind of level where. I mean, you see it with the. I guess maybe they do have that with the signed stamps. Because I can see it on their art cards that they sign, like the ones that were signed there, the signatures are stamped on. So if you did something like that, selective foiling on the other cards, I think that would maybe add the one thing I'm that's lacking. But otherwise, I think the design of the cards is great. They really managed to fit a lot of stuff onto it, and even the art itself is really detailed, without feeling compressed. Like they've got good print fidelity, I have to say. So yeah, all in all, really impressed with the product. I thought the whole thing was well presented. So yeah, if you're thinking about picking up a box of March of Madness set boosters, definitely consider it. Again, don't go crazy for the price, but it's definitely 150, 170, 180 Canadian, I'm talking. I don't know what that is in US, but yeah, like that's what I paid. 175 is what I paid, and I mean that's probably a little overpriced, I'm sure. Because again, I'm new and I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't feel like I overpaid. Like I feel like I got a lot of cards looking at me right now, like what 360 or something. So it feels like a lot of cards and considering that all the cards are different, the variety, the quality of the printing, I don't feel like these aren't just some crappy playing cards. I don't know. There is quality in these in the print. The only thing that I might say is that honestly, of all the things that I could criticize, and I can't really criticize it to be honest because it's traditional. It's very traditional. It's is the backing of the Magic cards. And that being said, I do prefer the ones that have backing. As I said, I'm not a big fan of the double-sided cards, but the backing is the only thing that I feel my mind was better as a kid. I just feel like it was slightly darker as a kid, and it feels like they've lightened the tone a little bit. But other than that, the rest of the cards, like the colors really pop, because I remember as a kid, that was one of the things that Magic always seemed a little bit, not to be fair, the cards were older at the time, a little bit behind the others, was that the colors didn't seem to pop. They weren't as vibrant. Like I have some old Pokemon cards, and when I look at them, they still pop and they still have vibrancy. But when I look at some of the older Magic cards, they always had a kind of a dullness to them. And at least in my opinion, they did. Whereas these new ones here, I mean, some of the ones that I think are old reprints kind of had that feel, and I don't know if I pointed it out well, but some of those cards kind of stand out. They feel like they're older, and part of that is it's the subdued color palette, almost the washed out feel, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't mean washed out in a bad way. It's just more of a style. But these new cards, especially the newer generation ones, especially the borderless ones, are very bright. And yeah, it's nice. They're not too bright, because you don't want them to be too bright either. And one of the things I like is that they keep this matte feel on their cards, which is very important to me. I don't mind, say, Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is a little bit shinier, but I think the quality of the Magic cards is maybe slightly better than Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's a slightly thicker stock, from what I can tell, than the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. But Pokemon cards feel like, at least the old ones, felt a little bit thicker than these new Magic cards. But were not necessarily as, I don't know, as well made, or it was a different process. I feel like the technology's gotten better, maybe. It's really it. It's just they can make cards thinner now, but without sacrificing some of the rigidity. So I feel like when I look at these Magic cards, they feel like they're thinner, but they're just as rigid. They don't feel like they're super flexible. Whereas when I look at, say, the old Pokemon cards, I think they're a little bit thicker, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's just the age as well, making them expand. Anyways, I think that's all for this talk. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Hope you enjoyed the cards. I spent a little bit of time with them, but fortunately, video quality wasn't the best, and I don't know too much, so I wasn't able to really draw them out. But if there's anything that you think I can improve, just leave some constructive feedback. Trying to keep it polite in the comment section. And if there's anything you enjoyed or you want to leave your own opinions or thoughts on, just drop some lines in the comments. Thank you. And just as a reminder, if you missed the first part of this video, part 1 is up and available. Have a great one and take care.